be honest, how long did it take you guys to get ready today?
Oh, well, I've totally misshot this. My hairdressing appointment is tomorrow, so don't look too close.
Mine's is with her on Thursday.
I know, right?
So that was not well thought through.
No.
See, the thing though, usually things never work out the way they're supposed to. I can do my hair every day of the week and it's perfect, but there's something about being a hairdresser that you just feel the pressure on you.
I feel like we've been missold this though, because it's like face for the radio, except we're being filmed by a lot of cameras over there, so it's kind of like the pressure's on to...
And also I decided to braid my hair when there's like the champion braid.
I know, I mean, you should have come to my house first. Although to be fair, I went to Lisa's house and she's curled my hair because I can't curl mine, so it's fine.
It was a slapdash mum effort. Like, so this is a bit mental because obviously I was getting my hair done and Laura said, why don't we do a podcast? And it was a bit like, oh, yeah, maybe. And then here we are, and there's like a set in a studio and
I know.
Yeah.
And then
it's full blown happening.
I'm tagging along for the ride, so thanks for having me.
Welcome to the journey that we're all on now.
Thank you.
I just feel like there's so much chat that happens in a salon that
absolutely
just needs to be shared.
Yes.
What, do you not talk about holidays and the weather in your salon? Is that not?
Is that standard?
Is it not?
It seems to be, especially just now actually.
Yeah.
I think when everyone's going away, that's all everybody talks about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so I obviously have very different clients to the pair of you. That is not what we talk about.
Well, my client, average age is like 6. So,
yeah, fair.
I mean, braiding hair.
True. So holidays are pretty up there though.
Yeah, I mean, but we're talking about Disneyland and, braids for Disney. So,
okay.
But lovely clients.
It cannot just be me that brings mental stories here.
But you do have the mental stories.
You have the most mental clients and you are the most mental girl we know, so.
I mean, I try not to go with that branding image.
Well, I have one client story shared with permission, obviously.
I think we should make that clear. Like, obviously, we are here to share stories that our clients tell us because, like, all drama aside, like there's so much good chat happens in salons, but we wouldn't want any of our clients to feel like we were sharing outside of them knowing. Absolutely. And so everything has been shared with the permission of the clients, or people are submitting stuff into us just so that we're very clear that if you're having an affair and you don't want anyone to know, your secret is still safe. It's going to the grave. It's okay
because it is very much you tell your hairdresser absolutely everything,
sometimes to the detriment of us.
Yeah, we know everything.
Yeah,
I mean, so there's one client I had, and it is an adult, it's not a 6-year-old.
Okay.
Yes, it's I do get some adults coming for festival braids and stuff. So she was telling me that she went to a festival, she came and got her braids done, and then when she came back a couple of months later, she told me that she'd gone on holiday to a festival in Europe and picked up the wrong bag when she got to the the airport.
Like your worst nightmare.
Turned up at the festival. Turns up she's got the same bag as a 70-year-old man.
No. How did she know that?
Well, hemorrhoid cream.
Oh no, no.
Yes. So needless to say, she did not have her glitzy festival outfit to match her beautiful braids.
Oh, don't.
I don't.
What did she wear?
She just had to borrow stuff from other people, and she had totally ruined her festival experience because she didn't have the outfits that she wanted.
So that guy just hadn't packed trendy flat caps for her. Like, that is so rude.
But can you imagine the 70-year-old next to the pool wearing the lovely string bikini, glitzy? I mean, nice.
Oh my God.
She never got her.
That is my worst nightmare though. See when you're standing waiting on your case coming,
and it's like, what happens if someone's put the same colour ribbon on theirs as I have on mine?
What's the chances though of it being somebody that's 70-year-old? Do you know what I mean? It couldn't even have been another woman, because you maybe could have done something with the clothes at that point.
Oh, you could have tied a check shirt in a sort of like vibe.
Yeah,
it depends what the old guy wears.
Oh, I don't.
I mean,
suspenders like these ones that go over your shoulders are quite in.
Yeah,
he would have been loving the outfits probably.
Absolutely, must have been. I mean, after she said hemorrhoid cream, I just stopped asking questions because I was too scared where this was going to go.
I'd have loved if he was married. Imagine his life like, what have you packed for that holiday? I left you one job. You did, why has it become a disaster? One of my clients, she said it was like the burler round thing of the suitcases, it burst open and all of her underwear. But the problem was with that holiday, it was an Amsterdam trip.
Oh,
it was a wee bit maybe more rogue than it should have been. So the items, I was like, so what did you do? And she was like, I left the case. I was just left.
She just left it.
Yeah, because her dad had picked her up.
Oh, worse.
From the airport, was waiting, and she was like, so it looked like it was broken. She was like, what was I meant to do? Walk through with toys to play with. Like, what was I going to do?
Had a great holiday, thanks.
Oh no.
At least he knew she wasn't pregnant. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was always a bonus.
Oh God.
I think you're saying it's your worst nightmare. I think probably. So I had a situation with me, not with toys in a suitcase.
To clarify,
Luckily, yeah,
yes.
it was good. So do you know that £99 voucher thing?
Yeah.
Where you get like a mystery location. So me and my friend, we did this. I was like a drunk, like, oh my God, we should do that. And then, before we know it, we've done it. And the next day I've got somebody phoning me saying, hi, you've got a holiday. I was like, oh, what?
Damn it.
Okay.
Where was it?
So we got the choice of 3. And in hindsight, it was so we went with like Garda. Neither of us had been to Italy. So it was
Fair enough. Good choice.
It was like, okay, this is going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful, like Italian wine, Italian coffee. It was not like that. So
Really?
No.
For 99 quid, you thought you would get much more?
Swear, but see, like Instagram versus reality.
Of course.
Honestly. That's what
Absolutely.
so I ended up documenting this holiday. So we paid extra to not fly from London so that we could just fly from a Scottish airport. They then tell us we can't fly from a Scottish airport and we have to go to Manchester. Great. So we drove to Manchester. So we're both working. I'm in the salon all day. It's like 7 o'clock at night, driving down to Manchester. We booked a travel in to get a couple hours sleep, like quite literally a couple hours. And then we get on the flight. And so TripAdvisor, when we'd looked it up, was no problem. When you land at the airport, you're going to get a train to like Garda. Grand.
Perfect.
No problem. Gets to the airport. Now, the first clue that something was wrong was that there was no train, like described.
Oh,
so it was like, okay, so we're wandering around.
What do you mean there was no train?
Like, so it said like there was a station at the airport. There was a lie.
Oh, no.
It was an absolute lie.
There was no
not a
train station. Never mind train. No
there was
train
loads
station.
of buses.
Oh gosh.
Like, so then I find someone that speaks English and I'm like, where's the train? And she's like, yeah, you need to get a bus to the train. Oh no. So fine, we get on the bus, which by the way was like 15 minutes away. So it's not as if it was like a walkable distance. No. It wasn't like, oh, the train station's just over there. So gets a bus to the train, all good, all good. Can I also just throw in there though that at this point, so the girl I was with, Kelly, her partner is Italian and he'd been in Italy like 2 weeks before. And he's like, it's absolutely freezing. Like, it'll be so cold. So
oh no.
I'm wearing furry boots, a woolly jumper, and it's 26 degrees.
Yeah. So
she's in us. Yeah, it was bad. So gets to the train station, goes over to the woman, and I'm like, we need tickets to like Garda. And she's like, oh, train's not working today. I was like,
what do you mean?
So,
How's the train not
she's
working?
like, so you're going to have to get a train
oh my God.
to wherever. But our English was so bad. So it was like, you're going to get a train from here to here. And then you need to get a bus. And it was like, okay. So she gives us...
How long had you been travelling at this point?
Like 16 hours or something. I'm thinking Australia was looking like a better option.
Oh my
do you know
gosh.
what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's okay. We're just going to get on this train. We're going to get on this bus. Gets on the train. The train then lands at what could only be described as the Italian ghetto of the world. And Kelly says to me...
I would love to see your
This is amazing.
Oh, like... So Kelly's brunette, tanned, and blonde and blue. Yeah. And she's like that, just pretend you're not a tourist. And I'm like, what about my pink shell suitcase does not scream you're a tourist?
I think any suitcase screams tourist no matter what colour.
Yeah. There I am with my pink nails and my curly hair like that. Okay.
You're just done.
No time. Like, disaster. So we're running up these stairs to get on this bus. Kelly's from London and she's a bit more bougie than me and she's barging past people to get us on. I'm like, sorry, I'm so sorry. Gets on the bus and it's the wrong bus. So my clue for this was a woman came on with a cat on a lead. I've got all this videoed,
on
this whole thing. So I'm like, this is a bit wild. It was taking us to a vet in the middle of absolute...
A vet?
Yeah.
Was there more than one animal in it?
Yeah, there was a budgie in a cage. I don't know if that was the only stop it was making, but there were certainly a vet en route. So we're then driving. Nobody speaks English. I've got video.
The small print in the holiday.
No, it was not.
Does the drivers let you on with no animal and two suitcases?
Maybe they thought you had hamsters in your suitcase.
Oh, maybe
But
that
then I figured there was obviously no, not everyone had an animal. Like unless you were that woman with the suitcase, like different animal. No. We were on there with no animal, and we were basically having to sit on each other's knee on this stinking, sweaty, horrible bus.
Nice.
So eventually we get kicked off at the vet.
Okay.
And it's like, oh,
where
what's
are we?
the next mode of transport? So long story, we ended up having to get a taxi. So we were like 22 hours in total.
Oh my gosh.
But this isn't the highlight. This is
What?
that was the mental part. So gets the desk. We're absolutely gubbed. And I'm like, this better be worth it. This better be beautiful. What can we do? She's like, right, tomorrow.
Still thinking positive at this point.
So,
I mean, you are a very
get old
positive person.
holiday, cheating it on.
Let's make the most of this.
Absolutely. I'm like, what can we
Covered
do?
in
She's like,
animal
tomorrow, sweating, eyelashes on my cheek at this point. The hair looks like I've had a perm.
No, you've got faith.
It was happening. So she's like, you need to go to the cathedral tomorrow. It's beautiful. I'm not religious, but I'm up for a bit of culture. Loving it. Mm-hmm. So we walks down in the morning, like new day, and it's, we've packed a full suitcase of like furry jumpers and whatever. So we're absolutely melting. And we gets to the church, and outside of it, there was like a woman with pictures, and she was taking money. So again, almost no English. So we gives a donation, we goes in. And when we walked in, the door shut with a bit of urgency behind me. So I was a bit like,
uh-oh.
Well, that was a bit. Then they all stood up. No, we had walked into someone's funeral.
Oh my gosh.
Why did she tell you to go to the cathedral?
Because I think because we gave money.
Oh no.
Like, well, I don't know if it was a person's funeral or like a patron saint memorial thing, but all I know is there was a film and a lot of people crying. And I was like, oh my God, we're actually trapped here for an hour because there's no way we could have just turned and walked out. Nobody spoke English. Oh but folk had their dogs in there as well. It was a pure weird.
They'd obviously been to the vet the day before.
See, at that point, I think somebody was winding me up.
I know.
Though.
Absolutely.
I must be on TV for
no,
some
but I
kind
swear
of
my
comedy.
life sometimes is like the Truman Show.
Your life, yeah.
That's not. That doesn't, these things don't happen to everyone.
Looking at the patron saint of Maria or whoever she was, whatever was happening there. Thinking,
How much
like,
did you pay for this holiday?
I think we took £99 the voucher. I thought you meant how much did we donate to the funeral, and it was like, I don't know,
Probably more than the holiday.
Yeah, probably.
Sitting there with a brochure, like, what's actually happening? What is this? And why have folk got chihuahuas sitting beside me? And then actually, because I was getting a bit like anxiously nervous, like, oh my God, we're stuck here. Like, so we're up the back row, and Kelly's looking at me and she's like, don't you dare touch that dog. And I was like, you know that meme that's like, I want to pet that dog? No. That was like me. I was like, I'm going to touch that dog.
Don't
break
don't touch the red
like
button.
holding the dog away from me. Yeah, it was.
But what was the hotel like?
It was okay.
Worth 99 quid?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't travel in our 22 hours to get there. Let's put it that way. Like,
I mean, who would travel 22 hours unless you were going to Australia?
Well, I know this was the kind of point. And do you know what was worse? Like, so we're getting there, and then on the way back, we knew we had the same thing. So it was like having to plan this whole journey of the last day to be like, what if there's no trains on the last day and we have to do the same thing?
It's like a Sunday. Sunday service.
Yeah, 100%. It was like, and like in Italy, again, I don't know if it's the whole of Italy. It's the only one and only time I've been to Italy. Slightly put me off. The trains kind of run at manana speed. So it's like, no, here it's like 12:08 Glasgow Central, and it leaves at 12:08.
Yeah.
It does not do that.
No.
It's a bit like 12:08, but we'll see you at 20 past. It's okay. Don't worry about
How we
it.
feel today.
Yeah, so you're kind of getting on it thinking, is this the right train? I'm actually not sure. It might be the wrong one. We could end up in the ghetto again.
So actually, because people complain about public transport here, but it's at least it's just as bad. Or just maybe it's just as bad. I don't know.
If not worse.
Possibly.
It wasn't good at all. Like, and even like the bus and everything. Like, we were like jammed on like sardines. The smell was just not. Like when you get off a plane and the sun hits your face. And you've got that like sun cream. So it was not like that.
No.
Did you do a review?
Of what? What part? I would be there for about 5 days writing a story. Like, I don't know who said there was a train station at the airport, but clearly, you didn't have eyes on your head because that was not the case. Like, so that the voucher thing for me now, when I see people and it's like on the newspaper, like, bought a mystery holiday.
You still see people asking about it.
I know.
I do think there's a few. I think you can be lucky, but I think probably 80% of the time, it's not a good idea.
I mean, I would much rather spend 99 quid on something a lot better.
I'm too much of a control freak.
Yeah,
I like to have
too.
my itinerary planned from the
Yes,
start.
I need to know exactly what I'm getting, when I book it, and have it all planned before I get on the plane.
All right,
so that when I get
you would take my holidays.
So mental note, don't go on holiday with Lisa anytime soon.
We're on tour.
Yeah,
just UK only.
Yeah, UK, and we'll organise it. That's fine.
Yeah, probably best.
Yeah.
I am actually. Like, my stories from holidays are always a bit erratic and a bit mental. Like,
have you got any client stories about hair on holiday? Have you had any of them? I had a good one the other day.
Did you?
So this client, I think it was a bit of a last minute holiday that she'd booked. And she never had time to get her roots done. So she's got quite a specific colour of hair. It's like a really deep violet red.
Oh, well.
So fair play to her. She thought, when I go, I'll just get my roots touched up. But I don't know, there was obviously like some kind of language barrier. But she done her colour fine. But she said afterwards, like when she was cleaning up round her hairline, because the colour obviously was so pigmented, and she wiped over what she thought was her eyebrows with the tint as well. Obviously, to tint her eyebrows the same colour as her hair.
But to purpley red.
But she didn't actually touch her eyebrows. She wiped above her eyebrows. So she actually gave her another set of eyebrows above her own eyebrows.
How did you notice that?
I know.
Who was doing this? Stevie Wonder? What was happening there? Like, what?
So she actually had this stain above of like double eyebrows. Yeah,
Wow.
The colour, the hair colour and all that was fine, but she just obviously had
4 eyebrows.
four
instead of 2.
eyebrows, yeah, on holiday.
Oh,
That's
no.
bad, eh?
That's like an Angry Bird.
I know.
Yes.
I was like, oh, please.
Wow. Where was it? Where was she on holiday?
In Spain somewhere.
Spain.
But that's obviously a thing. They must tint their eyebrows like the same.
What, above their
Yeah.
skin?
No,
4
like-
eyebrows. I've never seen a
No,
Spanish
but
person walking about with 4 eyebrows. That's just a thing.
No, I mean like the same colour. They obviously
Yeah.
must like, it must be a habit that they tint their hair and then they rub over their eyes.
I've never to this day had a client say to me, see that red that you've just, that vibrant fire engine red that you just popped in my hair, could you just quickly fling it over my eyebrows?
Could you
No.
Could you imagine, the lovely pink that you've got through your hair right now?
Don't.
Just do my eyebrows as well. That'd be great. Above
Maybe
it.
it's a new thing
No.
to start.
This is like these new things though that happen to us in the world of hair where it's bad. It's
know.
not a good situation.
The
The other
trends.
thing as well is the hair masks. So, everybody likes to make their own hair masks and things
Oh,
like that. So
DIY.
natural products.
Yeah.
DIY. The rosemary oil is a big thing just now, isn't it, for the scalp. And so back in I think it was like the 70s or 80s, they used to use egg yolk as a hair mask.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to nourish the hair.
Yeah.
So when my clients did this,
Oh, no.
although when she rinsed it, like she didn't use cold water, she used hot. She got in the shower and she rinsed it with hot water.
So they should scrambled eggs
She
in her hair.
basically, she scrambled eggs into her hair, and she said it was like big bits of dandruff.
Oh.
I know. Bad.
Imagine sitting at the side of the pool and
Yeah.
it's like, don't worry about going to the cafe. I've got this sorted. You've just got some bacon lying on your stomach with some egg on your head. Like, it's okay.
I'm like, I know, it's bad.
But
I
that's
think,
funny.
can we just stick to the profession?
But then, do you remember all the other like weird hair trends that was like sunning? Do you remember that? Remember
Yeah.
waiting
Absolutely.
like 10 hours in the blistering
Yeah.
heat for your hair to go that slightly bit ginger so
Yeah.
that you could say you had some highlights? Like
Yes.
that
came back again. Not
and it's
that long
still
ago,
back.
remember?
It's still a
Yeah.
thing. And actually, obviously, it's a nightmare for us because if
Yeah.
you colour over it, like
Yeah.
your hair falls out. So that's
It's so
that's
dangerous
not
to
good.
touch as soon as you touch it with like any lightener at all.
Yeah.
It basically just
Can you imagine
dazzles
putting a
it.
full head of oils on someone and then they go, oh God, did you
No.
just use that sunning last week?
like,
You're like,
I know.
get off.
I know.
That would not be good.
No.
At all. I had a situation once where I would never trust an abroad hairdresser to do my maybe like someone I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like it would be different if you knew someone, but I
Yeah.
would just walk into like, oh, you've got an
Yeah, I
appointment
know.
today, you'll do. But I got a blow dry and they curled my hair like up the way instead
nice.
of down. So it was like, a judge's wig. like
That's a good like.
Was it that tight?
It was, yeah. And then but, like it was so awkward because the guy didn't speak a single word of English.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And so I'm watching him do it and I'm like, where are you going with that? And I'm thinking, this is mental. Is he going to like back comb it out? But even still, I'm going to look like Amy Winehouse. But no, he left
Yeah.
it like a judge's
That's
wig.
a look.
Nice.
It cost me about 50 quid as well. Like it was an expensive blow dry to come out looking like
And you paid it.
a judge. Well, what was I meant to say? Sorry about that.
Sorry,
Can you
no.
know?
Do it again.
Sorry, no. I can't complain. I'm really not good at it.
I've got another client as well that was on holiday in South Korea. So in South Korea, they're quite forward with like their trends and she's thought, I'm going to go and get my hair done and get a facial. I think she wanted to get a perm done at the time, but that didn't end up happening. But
Oh, because that crosses your mind when
Yeah.
booking a holiday
I
to
know.
South Korea. Do you know
But-
why I'm going to
but
go there?
there we go.
Perm.
but they
Not
are
the skincare.
they're the front like for all these like up like new. They're definitely like ahead of us with the game with trends. But for whatever reason, she didn't get the perm done, which was good. But she
Probably
did.
good,
She
yep.
did get the facial, but she said literally,
gosh.
she lay back and they just turned the tap on and let the water run on her forehead for like half an hour. I know.
Wow.
Well, let's hope it was
I thought,
water.
that's really easy.
Who
I
was
can
doing
start
it?
offering
Yeah.
facials in the salon. You just like,
Yeah.
I know. I thought,
It's part of the like when you're washing shampoo and conditioning the hair. Just
Just leave them.
Just leave it.
Just go and have a wee break.
Aye.
Have a wee coffee
I thought,
break.
I know. Can you imagine that? Just lying back and the water like splashing your face.
Imagine was that, like you would be like,
But how? I
hello.
mean, no products needed. Like, how cheap is that?
I don't know
bet-
that you'd get repeat custom though. I feel
No.
like that's the kind of thing that would leave you bad reviews and be like that. By the way, I don't know what was happening in there, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that they just ran cold water on my head and charged me 80 quid and called it something
I know.
fancy.
I know, I do. I think it's amazing. But like that, paid for it and went away. It's like,
because there's a language barrier.
I know, and there's nothing worse like being in that position where it's too awkward to say anything.
Yes.
So you do just go.
You're just like,
just accept it. I don't know.
I've had a few dodgy massages on holiday, but no, wait a minute, I have to clarify.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded absolutely wild.
Disclaimer, please.
Yeah, disclaimer being, again, the language barrier scenario. So me and my pal that's a girl, we'd gone for a massage together, didn't realise they were going to put us in a room together, but it was in Morocco, and it was a kind of, I think there was like a kind of cultural thing that we were just to be with females in one side, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But they took all of our clothes off. So like that was my first clue that something was wrong.
That's a
for like a back
massive
massage.
clue.
I know, but it was like
yes.
Yeah, I'd carried all my shopping all day. We'd walk through all the souks. Like I had tea sets and stuff on my back. I was in agony. We went to this place, and so the next thing, so Ruth's beside me, I'm lay there, and I'm like, she's sliding my underwear down, like, oh, she might be. And then, but she didn't take it.
Did you not say anything? You just...
So I kind of pulled it back
You panicked
up.
though in a
I know you
situation
would.
like that, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
And then I was kind of saying, like, I was kind of tapping to my shoulder. I've never thought so hard about standard grade French in my whole life. What is the word for shoulder? Do you not know? Do you not know? I'm like, bonjour. No.
You?
No.
Oh my God.
Don't like that. So
Oh no, I would have died.
she started, so she started on my feet, and she's like doing that, and I'm like, okay, so I've obviously asked for a full body. This is great. This is good.
Yeah.
And then every time she came up my leg, I was like, oh,
Too far.
grazing me.
Yeah.
It was not good.
No.
It was not good. And then, when the bra came off, which, like, your bra comes off anyway in a massage, because you would be lying.
A back massage.
Except for that I was on my back. So then she was coming up, I was like, right, no, I can't cope with this. This is not how I imagined this in my head.
At what point do you say, no, I'm not comfortable?
Well, the better thing was, obviously, out of me and Ruth, I am the more loud one. I'm just the same as me and most people. I'm usually the louder one. And we came out, and she went, how was that for you? And I was like,
Was she the same?
but she's really quiet. So she was like, how was that for you? And I was like, pretty sure that wasn't how it was meant to go. I'm not really sure what we've asked for. And she went, I cannot believe you didn't say anything. I thought it was just happening to me. I was waiting on you to turn around and go, right, stop.
So was she in the room with you?
Yeah, she was beside me. With her bra off also. Like, just lay there whilst these two women were like pouring oils and stuff. The thing was that what they were doing that wasn't odd was really good. Like the normal back, neck and shoulder was good.
Oh no.
But that's all it was supposed to be.
I had to keep moving her hand away. Like, stop.
No, stop.
Then it was like, I didn't know whether they were hinting, like, do you want more? No.
Yeah. No.
Like, Sandra, stop. That's enough now. I don't like that. But
Have you ever been for a Turkish bath?
No.
We went for a Turkish bath when we were away.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good, but they go for it with you. Like, see what you're saying about, like, the bra's off, and they're just like, I mean, they cover you in these, like, the softest soapy suds that you can think of. I don't know what's in it.
Fairy non-bio
I
advert over here.
Exactly. I don't
The
know what
softest
it is.
soapy suds.
It's so nice though, like, honestly, it's amazing. But then afterwards, so then they give you like an exfoliation, and then they literally get you to stand up, and they just throw buckets of water at your face.
Nice.
I know. And obviously with the eyelashes, I was like, can we watch the eyelashes, please?
What is it with you getting, like, you and your clients getting buckets of water thrown at you? I've categorically never had someone throw buckets of water at me ever.
But then they take, like, your bikini, because we were at the pool with, like, a bikini on, and they take your bikini bottoms and they pull the back and they throw it down your bum as well. I mean, yeah,
you have to be completely clean, obviously.
Yeah, good rinse.
Probably an OnlyFans section for this. She's probably
so.
on it now, actually, out with knowing, like, there's been a camera in that room. There's no way
really
you've been
good,
had.
though. It is amazing, but you're a bit like, okay, this is weird.
Hey, mental note, no Turkish baths when I go to Turkey this year on holiday.
But yeah, I don't know what they make the soaps out of, but it's
would you do it again?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm. No, it's good. You just know what to prepare yourself.
At least it's not looking
convinced.
convinced.
Watch the eyelashes, please.
Yeah. Like, I think I would probably take the Moroccan touch-up than the bucket of water like flung down the back of my bikini. But I don't know. I wasn't in that situation, so it's hard to.
I mean, at least it wasn't like an ice bucket, like with the ice bucket challenge coming back.
Oh, that came back.
It has.
I can't do that.
My daughters have done it. And they're like, Mum, you're doing it. I was like, I did it 12 years ago. I'm not doing it again. No. Done it.
I'm too angry when I'm cold. It makes me so angry. I hate being cold.
How is a video going to know it's cold water? Just saying.
Yeah,
Like you could make it warm water with some ice cubes in it and just film it very
I know,
quick.
but when you've got an 8-year-old daughter, like
Yeah,
there's no
she
way
knows.
she
No,
would
she'll
allow
know.
that.
She'll know.
So sorry, we're not partaking in it for charity, Willow, because I'm actually really angry when I'm cold.
And it will not go down well for you when
Yes.
this is finished.
Because it'll all backlash.
I don't know why I hate being cold. It makes me so angry.
Well, at least you work in a roasting hot
Salon.
salon.
I know.
Exactly, hair dryers
And
going.
it's like, why I live in like one of the coldest countries.
That's like one of the downsides. So I think like, well, you might like it, like the working in the heat in the
Yeah,
salon.
yeah,
with the
probably.
like so when it's hot outside.
Yeah.
And then you're effectively working in a greenhouse
Yeah.
because there's hair dryers and there's windows letting all the heat in. Yeah,
I don't have that issue. The salon that I work in is in an old bank, and I rent a room, and I'm in one of the old vaults, so I'm surrounded by steel, so I can walk in there
wow.
when it's 25 degrees outside and it's still freezing cold in my wee room.
But you also don't have the dryer issue. 'cause
No, I don't have
obviously
hair dryers,
You do
yeah.
all your braid barring and
Yeah.
stuff. So like we've got all the dryers on the go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
it's
can
like
close the
people's
door.
hair just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You're drying it, and you're like,
Humidity.
oh my god. Like I've done people's hair sometimes, and there's like we're both sweating whilst it's
Yeah,
getting done.
yeah,
I'm
it's
like, I
getting
could
done,
probably
yeah.
do my rewashing this, to be honest. Like, it's just so warm in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you could charge extra for the sauna experience.
This is true.
Call it a spa.
There we go. Yep. Just give them a sparkling water as they come in,
And a bucket of
cucumbers.
water. Give you-
And then, of course, just add on run the cold tap on the forehead. There you go. While
And
they're
then
washing their
someone might just say
Here's
to
your
them at the end of the
facial.
service, do you want a second eyebrow just popped above? Complimentary
Yes.
on the house, no
Yeah,
problem. It's
absolutely.
actually a very in-trending career right now.
Yes.
Not sure why that would be relevant for anybody in this country to have, but it's
But,
okay.
I mean, Korea's where everything starts, so just you can be the trendsetter in Scotland.
But like, does it start there, and do we want to continue it on? And like I'm not convinced I would
No.
want a fourth eyebrow. I think that one's okay to stay there.
We'll put a pin in that, and we'll come back in this in 5 years' time when we can go
I
and
know.
turn around and say, oh, by the way.
Yeah.
Like
Who knows?
what happens in Korea eyebrows stays in Korea eyebrows. I feel like that might be a better
There
option.
was a trend for a while though. People were bleaching their eyebrows.
Did you though? Is that,
No, I
wouldn't-
didn't.
I was going to say, I didn't.
But that was
Yeah.
a trend as well. Do you
Again,
remember
I'm-
if they used to shave like a bit of their eyebrow?
Yeah.
I know, but now and then it didn't grow back.
I know.
Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
what-
hard enough to regrow our eyebrows after we overplucked them when we were younger.
Yeah, I
but-
have that problem.
Yeah.
But then there's the opposite when people go and get the like tattoos and then you're doing their makeup and their eyebrows are blue. And you're like,
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I did not
Because
know
it's
that.
faded.
yeah, well, it doesn't like if you get good ones, then they're great. But like,
Yeah.
like faded old ones.
Well, I
are
suppose
blue.
when you see like tattoos on older
They
people
go,
and
like,
they go
blue.
greeny
Yeah.
blue, don't
Aye,
they?
they
That's
do.
right. Oh my god.
Didn't
Like
even think of
bruised
that.
You'd need to
eyebrows.
dye their hair greeny blue to dye in.
I think that would be a problem. I
Yeah.
feel like somebody would come back and complain. Like, why
Yeah.
is my hair looking like a
Like
40-year-old
my
tattoo?
Yeah.
That wasn't my inspiration today.
But and then
Like,
you're like,
I-
oh, but I'm just wanting to match your eyebrows,
You
That's the
told
new
me you
trend.
wanted a change, but you wanted it the same, but you wanted it long and you wanted it short. So I just gave you tattoo hair. Maybe that's the go-to about.
Talking about inspiration though, have you ever
Yeah.
had somebody come in with like a weird picture, like to get you to copy it or to do something similar?
Like, I don't think weird. I don't think I've had that. I have like unrealistic
Yeah,
ones.
that's big now with it.
Yeah.
with
the
the TikTok
AI.
and AI.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
my hair
AI
look
is
like that?
terrible. Yeah.
What you want it to be 18 colours, and when it moves, it has a light underneath
Yeah.
it.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've had that people come in and ask for intricate braids, and I'm good at intricate braids, but I'm like, yeah, no one did that.
Yeah.
I was like, where have you got
When
this
they're
from?
like flawless.
Yes, I was like, yeah, no, you're not going to get that from me. I can get something similar, and your braids will be bigger
Yeah.
because my nails are my tools. Don't tell my nail tech. They're my combs, but I can't get them that tiny.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
It's hard because people have unrealistic expectations now
Yeah.
with AI, but I think you just have to cover yourself
Yes.
with it, don't you?
Absolutely.
I think it's when people say as well, like, what do you think?
That I find that really difficult if somebody asks me, like, especially, do you know, they always do it with a fringe.
I know.
Do you think I should
really?
get a fringe? And I'm like, well, it's such a personal thing, a fringe. And
Yeah.
it's you that's going to have to maintain it, not
And
me.
you're like, I can't see out your eyes right now. I don't know. Can you see?
I know.
Can you not? Are you wanting to see?
I know. I find that really hard when they put it on you.
Yes.
Usually if they put it on me, I say no. Because I
Yeah.
just think you're not sure at that
I think
point.
I
Yeah,
put it on you once
exactly.
actually. Did I not come to my last appointment
she
and say,
said
like, I
so.
think I need a
Just
fringe?
do whatever you want, whatever you think.
And
And
give me a
I
fringe.
hate it. So I just done it the same as mine because I knew I liked mine.
There we go.
I was like, we'll just-
Literally, she was like, I've just ordered the same colour as me.
It's
I
like,
was
play it
okay.
safe. Do you like mine? Yeah, okay, let's
Yeah,
do that.
that's fine. Yep. Play it
No,
safe.
going back to the inspiration thing. So I once had a client come to me with a picture of an owl and she wanted her hair cut like the feathers of the owl.
Are you kidding?
Not joking.
Oh my God.
Like the
joking.
feathers of the owl.
Yeah. She
Well,
want-
like at the front, like
Yeah.
feathered.
Yeah.
But she used a literal
She
owl.
used
A
an
literal owl.
Yeah. She
Wow.
wanted it to sit like the feathers of the owl. I know. I've also had a client come to me with a picture of their dog and wanted like their hair colour the same colour as their dog.
And tell me,
People are really like...
Was it like a Labradoodle or something?
No, it was like a wee spaniel thing. She liked the colour of the spaniel, the brown on the spaniel, because she said her hair always used to go warm. So she wanted it the same colour as
so
the dog.
How did you deal with both of those? Tell me about the owl first. How did you go, no?
The owl, it's just like, well, what can you do? I
don't know. It doesn't even have hair.
I just had to feather it. What are you supposed to do?
Oh my god!
I know, and I was like, that's the best I can do. We'll make it choppy and feather like.
Wow.
I know.
I feel like I need to see this.
I don't think so my face doesn't lie very well. And well, I feel I do feel like that would have been a bit of a problem for me, because I would have been stood there like, you're not being serious.
Yeah.
You brought me a photo of an owl and you've asked me to look like an owl.
You would actually
I
be
would
that
actually
blunt.
say it though. I would say, wouldn't be like, I'm quite open with my opinions on things. I definitely 100% would have said, I don't know how to make your hair look like it's got feathers coming out of it.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows you that people take inspiration from anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, instead of offering a tea or a coffee, did you just offer her a worm? Like, on the way out, like, what? Like,
and then a dog biscuit for the other client who wanted her hair the same colour as the dog. Yeah.
What's going on in your salon? It's barking mad over there. Oh, that was horrific.
Oh, no.
You had to, didn't you?
I did. Just put it in. It's okay. So no one's introduced our mystery guest. Anyone want the honours?
This is Gladice.
Gladys.
So Gladice is
quite a strong name.
Yes. Mm. So Gladice is actually our 4th podcast member,
there we go.
Isn't she?
Yep. She didn't quite get ready on time today.
No.
She looks like a hovel, actually. She is.
She looks like she's been trapped through a hedge bag.
What stylist does this?
You did.
So Gladice,
I was going to make it like someone else did it, but thanks for dubbing me in
You're
there,
welcome.
Sarah.
I think she was
Not an advert of my actual work.
No, absolutely not.
Priority list.
I think it's actually because I put her in a
Gladys.
plastic bag in the car. So like,
Yes.
Yeah.
So somebody has to have responsibility of doing Gladice each time.
I think we should take joint responsibility.
Yeah.
I can put her hair in braids for next
and
week.
we can be open to suggestions of different things that Gladice can do, and we'll keep her keep her themed.
Oh,
Yeah.
unless it's AI themed, because
we
otherwise,
put sunglasses on her.
yeah, I didn't.
I know.
Like, we're in a dark studio.
I know.
Like, what would?
Yeah, but we're talking about summer holidays.
No, fair.
I know.
I
We
feel
can go with
unless
that.
someone suggests like an AI thing, and then that's going to be a problem
Oh,
because it's like
An AI hairstyle that cannot exist in real life.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Do you not just think it sets such a like the idea of perfectionism?
Yes.
It's so difficult because we're now living in a world where women wear the no makeup look is actually so unbelievably heavy
Yes,
makeup.
absolutely.
And then so people are walking about with like is it glass skin?
Yes, that's
Like,
it.
love
Korea.
that.
skin facials.
From
The only
Korea.
time I look like that is when I'm like sweating,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
know.
like humping
Nice
my
and
wee girl
glowy.
about, and I don't.
Do you not think it's funny though? Because I think up to a certain age, you always want your skin to be quite matte, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you reach
When-
an age, and all of a sudden it
It's
needs to be
glowy.
dewy, and
Like Dream
glowy.
Matte Mousse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
as long as you ordered it 2 shades lighter
Like-
or darker than your neck, it couldn't match.
I used to use like it was Elizabeth Arden, and it came in a black compact, and it was like cement.
Oh, gosh.
And it came with a sponge, and honestly, I don't think there was like the only shades they done was light orange to dark orange.
Yeah.
But that was quite fancy. I mean, Elizabeth Arden, you were quite
Yeah.
a posh child.
Yeah. We used to get it in the pharmacy. I mean, it.
In the pharmacy. We used to get it
I
in
know,
the
I mean,
pharmacy.
I was like Rimmel.
I was in the Dream Matte Mousse
Yeah.
No.
era. Like, okay, well,
but I
how
did
the other half lived.
Too
you
much
know?
bronzer. Yeah.
You know, back in my day when they had the Elizabeth Arden, I bet
Yes.
she drank like Prosecco as a young teen drink. Like,
And we're on Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
You're still on Smirnoff Ice.
I know Bacardi Breezers.
Oh, right, okay.
I love Bacardi. They've came
Yeah.
back.
No
they
way.
are
The
an absolute
Pineapple
fortune.
Bacardi Breezer.
No, there's a better one. Mango and
Really?
passion fruit. Oh my God. It's like, you know, Solero ice lollies.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that.
Oh,
it's very
God.
sickly.
Yeah.
I do like
no.
it. I
It's
do
like that in a drink format. It's really good.
That makes me feel sick thinking about that.
Oh,
I
right,
don't
okay.
think I could stomach that. I'll stick to my wine.
I love a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Do you think guys are judged harsher than we are for we're judged harsher than guys are for aging?
Yes, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because guys can age gracefully with their grey hair.
I think
And,
they look a lot of the time. They actually can look better with
Yeah,
grey
with
hair
age.
though.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's sick, isn't
And
it?
we're
But
not
if a
allowed
woman,
to.
I think if a woman has grey hair, they're picked apart.
Yes.
Unless it's of a certain like style.
Uh-huh.
It's like, yeah, it only looks good on so and so.
Yeah, because growing out your hair just now is quite an in thing. Like I've got a few clients who are in the process of like growing it out.
Yeah.
And unfortunately the transition is just not.
It's not
pretty.
No.
Like,
It's never going to be easy.
No.
Ever.
And it takes so long. Yeah. Why is it that guys age like fine? Not all guys, God. But
No, I know that's a bold statement.
that was a bold statement.
Yeah, it's a bold statement.
I heard the words come out of my mouth and then I sort of like thought, no.
That's a whole can of worms that we do not have time for
No,
today.
but why is it that they actually get away? I mean, like, I feel like we've been given the short straw. Imagine
Absolutely.
guys had to shave their legs. The havoc that would cause. Imagine how much cloggage in the drains there would publicly be.
It would just become
so
standard
disturbing.
that hairy legs were just standard.
Oh yeah, it probably would.
It wouldn't take off if guys had to do it.
I can't deal with that. That's weird.
But it would
like-
just not become the norm in years to come.
Imagine laying in bed and you're like, oh, your legs are a bit stubbly.
But can you imagine the pressure on you then to keep yours? Imagine yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not very good at keeping up with these things. Can you imagine you ended up, you were the one that had hairy legs and they never? I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, 'cause, like, I went for a laser.
That's weird.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's sore.
So I would like to get that done, but
So it's
Yeah, me
not. So
too.
the thing is that like
I'm not-
obviously everyone tells you it's really sore, and then I went for the first appointment and I was like, well, that was a breeze.
Oh no,
What
but it
was
gets
No,
more
gets worse.
intense.
Nobody
Yeah.
tells you that.
Oh
You wouldn't go
really?
back.
Oh no, I knew that.
I think I got to the 4th appointment before I was like, oh, I think you're actually burning my skin off.
Yeah.
Like, that is.
And
how
they're
long
like,
does it
no.
last for?
Well, it's permanent. Like,
No,
so you
like
get
the
a
burn.
top up. Oh, right, the burny feeling. Like, yeah, I would say the rest of that day, it's not great.
And then after
It's
that,
like
okay.
sunburn.
All right, okay.
Like quite.
Yeah, in relation to getting waxed, like how bad is it?
It's different.
A different sore.
Yeah, it depends how good your waxing is though. Like if they're quick and good at their job,
Yeah.
then I don't think that's that bad.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm the same.
the lasering is more intense, and like you're in more positions with the lasering
Fair enough.
than maybe they would do with a wax pot.
Okay.
So there's areas of you that are maybe sunburned that would never have seen the sun.
Fair enough.
And
Well, they might have with you because you have buckets of water count down the back of your bikini. So actually, I was speaking for myself there. Like I don't know about Laura, who's walking about bikiniless on her holidays with buckets of water, telling people that she's angry when she's cold. So they're only throwing hot water on her.
So would you recommend laser?
I mean, like it's good because it lasts.
I'd like to get under my arms done, but
Yeah, same.
Be a good one.
Yeah.
I
obviously
obviously
hear horror stories about that
I know,
as
I
well.
do.
like what.
Just about.
I don't know why I'm panicking. I've had it done. Like, what am I like what is it going to grow back in multicoloured?
No,
Like, what?
just to think about like that people getting burned or
Yeah.
or
I think you just have to go somewhere
work.
reputable.
Yeah.
I think if you go like back street, then it doesn't work. I don't know. I just went to a clinic that kind of specialised in it, booked a package, was pretty
Did you
good.
get all of the treatments done, or did you just stop
I've
after
actually
4th?
still got, no, I had to stop
When did you get it done? Like how long ago?
like 2 years ago.
So do you still have the rest of the package? Can you go back and get it
I don't know.
done?
Actually, never really logged
I
in.
mean, you're
It's
paying
kind
for-
of like the bottom of my to-do list in life. Like,
I mean, fair enough. You do have an
Yeah.
8-month-old, so
yeah,
Yeah.
and she does take up a lot of
Absolutely,
my time.
yeah.
But and also like she doesn't care if I have hairy armpits, so I'm
Very
actually
true.
quite lucky in that respect because
Yes.
it's regularly a feature in my life. Where's Godzilla? No, Mama.
I just feel like it's one less thing to do though, isn't it?
I know. Well, that
Yeah,
was like
that's
that was my
why.
sort of thoughts on the situation.
Yeah.
because it's a bit like how good would it be if you could find a hair color that just stayed
Yes.
that way?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we were all born with one, but for some reason
I
we don't
know.
like that.
I know.
Yes.
So,
And then it grows.
Do you
and
know, I
then
think it's funny though when people talk about like hair colour, like your own natural hair colour, and they'll tell you it doesn't suit you. Like, so
Yeah.
I had ordered
rude.
extensions in, I know, for this client, and it was dark, like not far away from my own colour, and I put it over my head, and I was asking people in the salon, clients and like
Yeah.
other girls as well, like, what do you think? They're like, oh, you don't suit your hair like that, and I'm like, that is my natural colour. Like, I
Yeah.
feel really offended that I don't suit my own colour.
do you not think that's with makeup as well? Like once you start wearing makeup,
Yes,
then
yeah.
if you don't wear it one day, like my mum said to me once, "You okay?"
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fine. Why? She's like, you don't look well.
My
I was like,
dad
this is the face I was born with. This is how I look.
I just haven't done my makeup today.
sorry about that.
My dad always says that to me. You look tired,
tired.
and
Uh-huh.
it's just because I'm no makeup on. I'm like, that's another way
Again,
of saying
guys
you
would
look
not
like.
cope with this.
No.
we would not cope with this.
But then guys never wear makeup, so that there's
some of
no
them do,
never.
some of them do.
Okay, fair enough. But the ones that never wear makeup never have the contrast like
Yeah.
that we get when we don't wear makeup.
Yeah.
Imagine we saw them and they looked amazing, and it was like, oh, by the
know.
way, you
Yeah.
look terrible now.
Yeah.
like you look so tired.
Go take a nap.
You look,
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, have you had a hard day at work?
Yeah. Oh, you poor thing.
I know. Man flu struck you. No, I just ran out of mascara. But then can you imagine sharing your products with your other half?
But that happens sometimes. I mean, not makeup, but like skincare. That can happen.
last year, do you remember like the chat in my salon? It's obviously Christmas. It's always like what are you buying for your other halves? What are you doing? Whatever. Yeah. But last year, all these kids were wanting like drunk elephant skincare.
Yes. And it's like, so bad for them.
I actually remember feeling quite embarrassed because I was like, oh my God, I don't even spend that on my skincare.
I know.
But, like, it was, and then mini fridges for their rooms to keep their skincare in.
Yeah.
I actually, like when I was 11, I was playing Kirby on a street and you probably couldn't have paid me to wipe my face.
I know.
Never mind wanting to do a 5-step facial with a mini fridge.
Yes.
I think it's the same here as well though, because the amount of people that have been coming in like with like you really young kids and like wanting perms. See the boys wanting all the perms. I'm like, oh, I just.
That's a footballer did it, did they not? Is that how that came about?
Yeah.
Potentially.
So obviously like, something happens somewhere and then it catches on.
Yeah.
And then like, so I don't do male clients ever. So I don't have that problem. I didn't have to take on, 6-year-old perms.
Yeah. I just wouldn't, I wouldn't do it anyway. You're not allowed to, we're not insured to anyway.
No, that's true.
But I just think once you start that, like,
I know.
Apart from like, the safety point of view, but cost-wise.
Yeah, the upkeep.
Yeah.
They're children are washing a lot of cars.
Children are really expensive as it is.
That they are.
Do you not need to pay your kids?
Yes. So my daughters are 11 and 8 and they are my models. They're the reason I started my business of hair braiding. And they were well up for it at the very beginning and I was allowed to practice any style I wanted, any colour that we could put in their hair. But now
the novelty's gone.
Totally, to the point where
this is hysterical.
If I want to practice, which I do, I mean, I don't practice the colours very much, but I do a lot of how-to tutorials for Dutch braids and French braids and stuff. So if you see my children on social media, know that it's cost me £10 for them to sit in the chair.
They are clever, by the way.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm actually secretly proud.
That's clever because you actually need them and they know that.
They know that.
Oh, so what about when they want braids, though? Like if they ask you,
they never want braids.
Is that novelty totally
totally. Oh, Mum, do we have to?
Oh, God.
So we're going on holiday in a couple of weeks to Turkey.
What?
And I'm, guess what, girls? Sit down. And they're like, £10, please. I'm like, nope, we're going on holiday. I've just paid for you to go for an all-inclusive holiday. You will sit and get braids done.
That'll make somebody on holiday do it and they will spit on their hands and they will do them very tight and it will not be
exactly. Good. So therefore, sit down and...
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm actually secretly proud that they know their worth and that they charge me. Oh, and it has gone up, So when I rebranded and I did a wee photo shoot with them and I was like, right, so Mum needs to braid your hair. Fine. I was like, it needs to be mermaid braids. Oh, Mum, does it have to be? I was like, and Mum needs to pick the colours because it needs to be my branded colours. And they're like, right. And so they got together and they're like, right, Mum, okay, that's fine. But it's going to be £10 each and a trip to McDonald's. I'm like,
literally, they could name their price now.
Absolutely, they totally could because my business relies on them. But then the business wouldn't have.
Well, you
started.
could have Gladice.
I mean, borrow. Yeah, but no one wants to watch Gladice get her hair done.
No.
I know, and there is a difference. I mean, you'll know that as well from when you're doing training. It's so different on Gladice than it is on a real hair.
Yes, yeah.
Even just the width of the skull.
Yeah.
Their heads are so much wider. Have you ever done a T-bar foils on a Sally head? You can fit like 2 parts on their head so wide.
Did you see my roller job here? Like that Sarah clearly dobbed me in on. Do you know what I mean? Like it does look like she has been
double
in the back of a van somewhere.
Yes,
having a good day.
We'll sort it out for next time.
Yes,
we'll get her.
She'll need to have some sort of...
Well, I've set the bar pretty low, ladies.
You can take responsibility.
All right, I'll take her home next time. I mean, I have 12 of these. They're the Brady Bunch, don't ask.
Love it.
They all have names again. It would be... This is what comes to me at 2 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. I have lots of heads in my salon sitting on shelves, all stared at.
See when you just said this is what comes to me at 2 o'clock in the morning when I can't sleep. I'm imagining her now getting out of bed at 2 in the morning. There's like a choir of heads just sat on the couch.
It was like I had to sit up and write it all down, and then the next day I went and ordered 10 of them, and I'm like that, and then posted a picture on Facebook, and this is the Brady Bunch. Let's have a competition. Name them.
Oh wow!
And do you know how many? So the name of the business is Bonnie Braids. So we don't have a Bonnie because that's the name of the business. But every other head begins with B. I had 65 different female B names submitted.
That's incredible.
And I picked all like the old school names. Yeah. So we've got like Barbara,
so they're memorable.
And Bianca, Beverly.
I think you have to name them though, because we had to name Gladice.
I know.
Yeah,
but she's literally the front of house there.
Absolutely.
Rocking that roller.
She's going to make the rest of us look
the
good.
audience. She could be the only click and subscribe.
I know, exactly.
I know.
who has said this, Gladice. She is the special guest of this evening.
Yes.
Welcome.
And the main feature.
Will we put her on a late night episode? Should we have her so obviously we discussed like when we talk about topics, we're going to keep it kind of PC for the daytimes, and then we're going to launch some late night because maybe not you two with the buckets of water and the braiding and whatever, but I mean clearly certainly my client's chat is not anywhere near this level of PC.
The stories that you've got definitely need to be after the water.
Yes. After dark. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. There's the name.
Warning at the start of the episode, do not listen in the car on the school run.
Yes.
I think we should definitely get that done, but we should have some sort of theme that she looks different on the late night.
Okay.
I don't know, any suggestions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's put a wee candy thong or something on her head.
Oh my God.
Some nipple dust.
To be continued. Thank you so much for watching and or listening, because we were kind of duped into this being a podcast, but we are being filmed.
Yeah.
You can like and subscribe and find us on every single platform that is available.
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah. We've got Patreon, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple,
Instagram,
Facebook.
And it's Behind the Mirror podcast.
Yes.
Behind the Mirror podcast. And if you get any ideas that you would like us to discuss, or any stories that you would like to share with us,
or any styles for Gladice,
any styles or ideas for Gladice, we are more than welcome. And you can either feature on our late night show, which is probably going to be run by me, or
absolutely,
or our daytime show. And obviously, again, anything that's shared with us is just done so with permission from you.
Yes. Perfect.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.